Star Wars Episode 9 will give us a return of characters Kylo Ren and Rey by director J.J. Abrams. However, today I wanted to get on the subject of Rey and how she will become a Jedi. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, ever since the release of The Last Jedi, there's been a lot of criticism going against it, based on many decisions that, Rian Johnson made for the movie, that a lot of which had to do with the character of Luke and Rey. And I wanted to look at Rey as a character and her potential in Episode 9 to becoming a Jedi. Now, this is a big subject that a lot of people are talking about for a very long time now, is exactly how will Rey become a Jedi. Now, all thanks to the Poe Dameron comic book, I don't know if you guys have read this, it actually does point you in the correct direction as to exactly how Rey is pursuing her path to becoming the Jedi, much like Luke Skywalker and all the other Jedi, but Rey is doing it in a different way. Now, this all lies within the ancient Jedi texts that are on board of the Millennium Falcon. However, there is a little twist to all of this, is that Rey actually relies on C-3PO translating all of the different texts for her for the ancient Jedi books. Now, looking at, Rey as a character in The Last Jedi, that was one of the big complaints, is because of, well, how much, little training that she really got from Luke Skywalker in that movie. We had that one scene of her on the meditation rock where, she's explaining all the different experiences on Octu and what she's feeling through the Force and how Luke is guiding her for about 1 minute before things are interrupted, and you have the whole entire, sequence where Luke Skywalker is saying that, she stuck to the dark and that she didn't even try to control herself and try to exit out of it. That's when Luke Skywalker walks away and gives her lesson 2 later on, telling her about the Jedi and their old ways and how they just don't work. To me, I feel like it's pretty unfair for Rey as a character to be pursuing the path of the Jedi on her own, essentially, through the ancient Jedi books itself on board of the Falcon. Whereas in the prequel trilogy, you have Anakin Skywalker, who was technically taught by 2 masters. Qui-Gon Jinn introduced the whole concept of the Jedi and midichlorians and whatnot. He told Anakin as a child everything and whatnot, and pretty much passing it on to Obi-Wan Kenobi, who raised Anakin Skywalker to pursuing her, his path to becoming a Jedi. Now, same thing goes for Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy. He was brought into that life, he was brought into that mindset by Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine. Obi-Wan was essentially the inspirational piece that made Luke Skywalker want to say, I want to be a Jedi like my father. And that's when he left Tatooine. Then once Obi-Wan Kenobi passed away in A New Hope, that's when he was taught by Yoda. And that's what's so great about it all, is that you have these, heavy training elements throughout pretty much the entire original and prequel trilogy. And if you look at the sequel trilogy with Rey, in The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi, there's pretty much little to no training for the character. So now in Episode 9, whether or not they're going to actually show this, I'm not quite sure. That's another question, big time, because we do know that there's a time jump for this movie. Will they even show her, studying the ancient Jedi texts, or are they just going to jump to conclusions where she has already learned to becoming a Jedi Knight or Jedi Master just by reading through the ancient Jedi texts, as said in the Poe Dameron comic, going over how she's studying it pretty much, non-stop, and she's studying at it very, very hard through C-3PO translating everything for her, and she's relying on the Force and all these different things. So, in Episode 9, that is how she will become a Jedi, is through the ancient Jedi texts and C-3PO translating all of the difficult, translations for her. Now, I think that there really should be more to it than just that. I think that Rey needs guidance by Luke. I think that she needs guidance by other Force ghosts around her. Something around those lines where, Luke could technically give her an official lesson 3. Because in The Last Jedi, we only got 2 lessons, and the 3rd lesson was a deleted scene. And if you guys ask me, that deleted scene in The Last Jedi, even that wasn't so much a lesson. It was more like a lesson of, I guess you could say, you know, tricking somebody into perceiving something that it's not. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.